My name is Allison Edwards. I'm in grade 11, and these are my grandparents, Carol and Ray Knaus. Okay. So where and when were you guys born?
I'm from Munster. Long time ago.
What about you?
Okay. I'm originally from Leroy. I was born in Humboldt quite a few years ago. And my folks actually came here from Minnesota. My dad, he was 3 years old when he came to town. That's out in Leroy, not Strasbourg.
So what are your early memories like?
Well, I grew up on a farm, so we didn't really have all that much. But I remember one day my mom wanted me to go pick eggs. So she put an apron on me and told me how to hold it. Good thing there wasn't many eggs that day, because halfway back to the house I fell. She wasn't very happy.
What about you?
There wasn't too much doing out from the farm too. But probably the first thing that I really remember vividly is starting grade 1, and I got that great big red pencil.
Where did you guys go to school?
Okay.
I was in Munster, and it was, the school was out in the country. There was grade 1 to 4 in the room, and the rooms then was just rows of desks, not like you have now, and you know, all kinds of stuff in it. It was just desks and nothing else, and 4 grades in there. And then in grade 5 we moved into town, so it was a little bit different then.
I went to school out at a country school, also called Manresa. It was from grades 1 to 8, and we had to walk to school and back because people didn't take us. And then for grade 9, the buses started coming, so I went to Leroy, which was 7 miles away. And then the next year, they changed bus routes, so for grade 10 I went to Sinnet. And then for grade 11 and 12, I went to Lanigan.
And what did you guys do for fun when you were younger?
You know, like I said, we didn't have all that much. We kind of had to make up stuff as we went along, and I had a playhouse when I was little, and all kinds of toys in there. And we'd clean off the dugout in the wintertime and go skating, and I don't know, lots of walks in the pasture. We had one bike we had to trade off riding. Just whatever we could find.
Yeah, pretty much the same. In the winter played hockey, in the summer played ball. Like your other grandpa said, go swimming in the dugout. Nobody thought of checking if you drowned or not. Just as long as we made it home for supper, everything was fine.
So when you guys weren't playing, did you have any jobs to do around the house? Or?
Oh yeah, we always had that to do. Saturdays was always cleaning house, washing, waxing the floors, and it was paste wax at that time, on your hands and knees, dusting. I had to feed the pigs and the chickens and bring wood to the house for the stove, carry water. Yeah, there was lots of stuff like that.
Pretty much the same thing, yeah.
And did your parents, what kind of jobs did they have, and did they have enough money to support you guys very well?
Well, it was a struggle. I have to tell you one little story. When I was little, I had a piggy bank. And when my uncles or grandparents came, I'd get my piggy bank and I'd go around, put money in for me, much to my mother's embarrassment, but I didn't stop. And one time, Dad needed to buy a tank of oil. They had no money for it. They took the money out of my piggy bank. Yeah, so they had to struggle. And I always was so happy when I got a box of clothes from my cousin in Vancouver, because she was from a big city. She had nice clothes, where I didn't.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Folks were poor, so we had to work like little dogs.
So were your parents like a big influence to you guys growing up?
I think so.
Were there celebrities you liked?
We learned to work because they did, taught us how to. We had to work for everything.
Yeah, my folks were the same. There was no didn't get nothing for nothing. You
Yeah.
worked for everything you got.
Mhm. So, did you guys listen to music back then? What kind of stuff did you like?
What kind of what?
Music.
Well, this again, I embarrassed my mother, because it was in the days of Elvis Presley. And she was so mad at me because I turned the record player up so loud in the house, so I took it outside and I really cranked it up.
Oh, wow.
And then she was mad because people in town could hear it, although we were a mile away. So that was my thing.
Mhm.
I really wasn't into music.
No,
Didn't listen
not too
to it.
much?
No.
Did you guys have TVs? Did you watch any programs?
I didn't get TV till, it was quite a while. I must have been 12.
Mm.
But I remember before that, somebody in town, friends of Mom and Dad's, had a TV, and one night a week, we'd all, after supper, go into town to watch the I Love Lucy show. And then that was it until we got a TV, which, when we got it, what was it, 3 channels?
3 channels of
Snowy
snow
ones.
most of the time. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't even
Yeah.
get the power out on the farm until in the 55, I think is when it came. So we were pretty big already when we got. And TV wasn't one of the first things they bought when the power did come.
Do you guys have anything else to add? Any stories you want to share?
Just the people have it a whole lot easier now than they did when we were kids.
You think so?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
In what kind of ways?
You really don't have to do anything anymore.
That's true,
You
yeah.
get whatever you want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think maybe people are too busy now.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing too much.
Yeah, it was a slower
Yeah, it was a
slower
lot
pace of life
slower
back then. I think people were actually happier.
Yeah.
Because one thing I really always got excited about was when my uncle and cousins were coming, going to have a wiener roast.
Okay.
And we all went into the bush to find the perfect wiener steak. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, people don't do stuff like that now.
Mhm. Well, thank you so much for answering some of my questions.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
so
welcome.
much.
I hope it helps.
Thank you.